Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How are you all doing today? As you can see, there are some gray clouds, primarily on the other side of town where I live. But it's a little bit more clear over here, and it's not supposed to rain for the next couple of hours. Let's hope we don't get caught deep into the trail. I'm almost 2 miles in. It starts to rain. I don't think it's going to, but we've taken that chance before, and we've made it. And I'm a chance taker. Hey, no risk, no reward, right? Anyway, who's here right now? Happy Saturday, everyone. How's everyone's weekend going? Says my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Dom. Sandra Palacio. Hey, RMP. I am waiting on Eli so I can listen while I drive home. I'm in Alameda, from Alameda to San Jose, right? That's about what? About a 35, 40-minute drive. Not too bad. I'm sure you're on the 880. My lady Dawn and I, we were on the 880 earlier today in Union City. We went out there and we had some errands to run in the area, and we had some lunch. My lady took me to lunch at the Chevy's in Union City, one of the last few remaining locations for Chevy's Fresh Mex restaurant. Waiting for cars to pass on by. Lots of them. Patience is a virtue, right? All right, I think we're in the clear now. Let's see here. My lady says, hey, Sandra. Sandra says we need to catch up soon. Yes, we do, says my lady. I'll have to catch a replay or join when I get home. Sounds good, girl. Hello, Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's a little bit windy, a little chilly, and I'm bundled up out here on the trail. Hey, Holly, says my lady. I'm just running into people from everywhere today, so I'm just going to wait. It's one of those days. Cars coming from everywhere, people coming from everywhere. It's okay. I've learned to be as patient as possible. Something that's taken me 49 years to somewhat figure out. It's difficult to be patient, but it has its rewards, right? Can you all hear me clearly and see me clearly? Let me know. Is the sound coming through the headset microphone? Just want to make sure that we're rolling okay. And is the video clearer today? Now that I'm out here on the trail, the video still hasn't been that great. For the last 3 Walking with Purpose streams from Red Morton Park, I think there's a bandwidth issue happening at the cell tower over there. Someone over here forgot their little pouch. Hopefully they'll come back and get it. We'll just leave it right there and hope they come back. I'm going to wait for some more people to get the notification and pop on in. We've got 9 in the box. 3 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications. You need to be subscribed here in order to chat. Once you subscribe, you can chat immediately. There's no waiting period. Yeah, it rained a little bit out here earlier today. You can see the dirt is, it's not saturated, but it's a little bit damp. Hey, Holly. Hey, Dawn. Right on. Right on. Today I wanted to do a show to get feedback from you folks regarding myself. And I really want all of you to be honest because I genuinely feel that the only way to better yourself is to ask for honest feedback and, you know, make necessary changes if need be. Now, here's the thing, folks. Just because I'm asking for feedback, or if you ask people for feedback, it doesn't mean that you have to do everything that people tell you to do. Because some people will just tell you to go jump off a bridge because they don't like you. You're not going to jump off a bridge, period, right? But it's always nice to hear, what people's honest thoughts are about you regarding what you're doing, especially if you're creating content out here on YouTube, and what they feel you could do to better it, right? I'm open to the feedback, and you should be open to the feedback too, right? Now, like I've also said, you should always have the mindset of the only opinion that matters, or that really matters, is your own. The only opinion that really matters is your own. Which you need to have that attitude, but also you should be open to other people's opinions. Doesn't mean you have to take their opinions or change your entire life because of their opinions. But you should listen to other people's opinions because you may learn something. You may pick up a few nuggets that will allow you to tweak certain aspects of yourself that could better yourself, right? And in turn could also better the people surrounding you, especially those that are giving you the advice. That's the way I look at it. That's the way you should look at it as well. I tell you, excuse me, I had a chimichanga burrito earlier today with my lady at Chevy's, and I'll tell you, I'm really feeling it right now, babe. And those refried beans. I'm telling you that I'll be praying to the porcelain god later tonight. You know what the porcelain god is, right? You've heard that, right, babe? You've heard that, folks. The porcelain god. 15 in the box. 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. If you are here and you're blocked, I would also love to get your feedback. You can come in on the sock account and share your respectful feedback. If you're disrespectful, we'll ban you again. But if you're blocked here and you're watching and you have some advice to give me, or you have some feedback to give me on what you feel could better, myself in any way, shape, or form regarding anything, I'd love to hear your feedback. So coming in on the sock account, let us know who you truly are, and be respectful, and we'll let you talk. They still haven't come on in here and mowed this thing down. My lady and I, on the way back from Union City here in the San Francisco Bay Area where we live, we come across the Dumbarton Bridge, which takes us from the East Bay in the Union City, Fremont area to Redwood City. And the Dumbarton Bridge is Highway 84, and it's also called Bayfront Expressway. Bayfront Expressway is where Facebook headquarters is at, now called Meta, right? And even though Facebook is right off of Bayfront Expressway, the actual address is called One Hacker Lane. It was an idea by Mark Zuckerberg. He wanted to create his own street called One Hacker Lane. That's great, dude. And there's a really awesome hiking trail right along. They call it the Bayfront Expressway because it rides right along the San Francisco Bay. And part of the SF Bay Trail is over there. I haven't walked it. I should probably walk it over there at some point. And my lady and I were looking at how high the grass and brush has grown there because of the excess water we got this year. Baby, it was like over 5 feet tall. Like, no joke. Like, if you think this is bad here, let me show you. If you think this is bad here, near where Facebook headquarters is at in Menlo Park, California, one city over from where I live in Redwood City, it was like 5 feet tall there. We saw tall guys walking by, and you know, the brush had grown almost as tall as them. Got 13 in the box, 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. You know, another thing, I really would like to get a lot more engagement consistently through these live streams. But I also notice, and listen, I'm not complaining, I'm just sharing what I notice and what I'd like to change, would like to see change, right? Is that whenever I start a live stream, people pop in, they say hello, they have their say, and then they either start chat, or they either stop chatting, and just listen to the stream in the background and not chat anymore, or they just leave. What can I do? Or what would it take to keep you around longer and keep you chatting longer? Now, I'll tell you, this burrito's really, burrito chimichanga. It was a fried burrito. They call it, make it a chimi. So when you go to Chevy's, you get a burrito, and there's an option for an extra $1. They'll deep fry it and make it a chimi. I'll tell you, this chimi burrito is really, is really playing games with me right now. I'm not kidding. That's why I don't eat Mexican all the time. But we were in the area, and my lady saw Chevy's, and she goes, "Baby, that sounds really good right now. Well, let me take you to Chevy's." I'm like, "Really? Okay." Rosie Wren with the $4.99 super chat. Wow. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube, now, forever, and always, got back from SeaWorld an hour ago. Right on. Thank you so much, Rosie, for the $4.99 super chat. Tell us, did you go there for your birthday, late birthday gift? Rosie, you are awesome, says my lady. Delia. Senpai, yo, Fab, Wafu. Why do you walk alone? What kind of a question is that? No, listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. What kind of a question is, why do I walk alone? Most people walk alone. Sometimes people walk as a couple or walk with friends, but I do these walking with purpose streams because this is my show. Now, one day my lady might join me on some walks, but right now my lady has some, chronic, conditions with her health. She's had seizures, she has major asthma and breathing issues, and we're trying to get that all under control through her doctors and get her released before we bring her out here. I've tried to take her hiking before and she almost passed out over a year ago. Just wondering, that's all. No hate. Yeah, no problem. No, hey, it's all good. No worries, Delia. It's all good. It's just don't get me wrong. Like, you can ask any questions you want. I just thought it was a little bit of an odd, question, but no question should be odd, right? You can ask whatever you want here, right? But yeah, no, my lady wants to come out and walk with me, but we're trying to take care of her health issues first and get her cleared by her doctor. My lady has a hard time sleeping all the way through at night because she has such severe allergies and sinus issues, and she gets so congested that sometimes she's coughing just so she can breathe. I mean, that happens to certain people, and it's very difficult to diagnose and figure out the best way to manage it. Understandable. Yeah. No, Delia, when my lady and I first started dating almost 2 years ago, we tried to go on a couple of walks. One time, she passed out. I had to call the paramedics. And the second time, I was much more cautious because I already knew what happened the first time. And we were going on a hike in an area she used to live nearby in San Jose, California, near where we live. And she was about to faint again, and I had to hold her. So I had to, we had gone in about half a mile on this trail, and then we had to turn around. And after that point, I never took her on a walk or a hike since that point. And we decided until we get her the right medical treatment, get her diagnosed properly, get her the right medication, I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to be in the woods with my lady and something happens and I can't get her medical attention due to no cell reception or anything like that. So yeah, all right, yeah, fair question. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful, babe, if you're still around? Yeah. I don't know, but it looks like this half of the trail, maybe at least a truck or something rolled over this and smushed it down. So this is not as bad, but this all needs to have a John Deere run over it and chop it back down. So us folks that walk this trail are not getting an overdose of pollen. Yeah, so tell us more, Rosie. You went to SeaWorld. How did that go? SeaWorld, I believe, is in Florida, right? You're in the Florida area somewhere, right? Anyway, while we wait for some more questions, I want to take this moment to pay some shout outs. Rosie Wren with another $4.99 super chat. Rosie Wren, Jesus, wow. Damn, Rosie. I don't know what to say anymore. Rosie. Another $4.99 super chat. My SeaWorld trip was a late birthday present. Holly says, thank you for the donations, Rosie. I heard that plane flying above me. Beautiful sight into the clouds. Heading to the private airport, one city over in San Carlos, California. What are you doing, girl? Love you. Yeah, Rosie, wow. I know we got to make some time and come over to your channel and get some shows going together. And Rosie's monetized now too, so wow, God bless you, Rosie. Another $4.99. SeaWorld is in Texas. I go to San Antonio SeaWorld. Rosie, I don't know what to say, Rosie. You're spending a lot of money. I appreciate it, but you can stop. It's wow. I feel bad, Rosie, because I know what you've been through. I just really hope you're not spending money that you're not able to spend, because that would make me feel real bad, Rosie. But thank you for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rosie. I think Rosie loves the super chat. Now that she has super chat on her channel, I think she loves the super chat. I'm humbled, Rosie. I'm humbled and honored. I don't know what to say. You know, I've been on this platform for a while, and so have you, and we've all been through a lot. Many of us have been through a lot. We've struggled to put out our great, positive, and uplifting content because we've been dealing with drama poo-poo heads out here. Let's just call it that, right? And now finally that YouTube has started to really clean up shop with all these drama, by letting go of all these drama poo-poo heads. I mean, it's been a wonderful feeling. You know, it's really, really nice that YouTube now is starting to clear the lanes for real, decent, positive, and uplifting channels to have a chance to be successful and not be, you know, plagued and outperformed by stupid ass, cringy, fake instigated drama type of channels. You know what I mean? And I'll say this real quick here while we're on this subject, while I wait for some more questions. Feel free to ask me any questions. Give me any advice you feel on what do you feel with, you know, what do you feel I need to change about myself? Be honest with me. Give it to me straight. No attacking, no hating, no trolling, but just give it to me straight. Even people that don't like me, if you ask me a fair question, I'll answer it. If you're trolling, you'll keep getting banned. It's interesting to me, you know, how the good content creators, you know, can be honest and real. And because there's so many hateful people out here that are still fighting for the hateful content creators to survive on this platform, they're kicking down the good creators. I saw a video earlier today from a channel named Pastor Mill. Pastor Mill's a moderator here. He's been a part of my channel for a while. I've been a part of his. He's a really, really good guy, and he's a real pastor from Canada, right? And he was talking about his thoughts regarding some, you know, drama channels that YouTube has removed lately. Specifically, one that many of us have been involved with here through my channels. And that's, you know, the Jamie, Lycan Legion, Lycan Theory, Purple Pill, Chroma King James, or however else he reinvents himself, trying to circumvent, right? But it was funny to me, you know, he put out a great video, right? And he's being honest. And I've been honest all along, too. I've said the same thing that Pastor Mill is saying, that, you know, if you folks continue to surround yourselves with someone that's been removed from the platform for circumvention, and you allow that creator on your platform more than one time as a guest, you're in essence allowing them to further circumvent, and you will go down, just like Amber's Alerts channel did, if you haven't heard, right? And Pastor Mill was just saying that, you know, hey, look, the truth of the matter is this, right? Props to Jamie for getting people to allow him on their platform to continue making money after being banned on the platform. But the people that are allowing him to do that, you're the ones at fault, not him. If you allow him to do that to you, thinking that you're not breaking the rules, then you're only hurting yourself, and you only have yourself to blame. Right? But the funny thing is this, you know, I want to mention something about you, Amber's Alerts, and I don't know if you know who I am. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Okay? Here's the thing. It's almost like, in my opinion, Amber had no choice, because before she met Jamie and his, you know, his group of people, she would have had no traction. She gained traction through Jamie's group. right? Which is fine. You can gain traction on YouTube any way you want. But because she gained traction through Jamie and Jamie's group, when Jamie went to her and said, hey, I need you to use your channel to keep doing my thing, she felt obligated because of that. But see, Amber, here's the thing. The truth of the matter, deep within, I don't think you really wanted to let him do that. I think you felt like you had no choice because, yeah, he probably did help you grow your channel through his network. But does that mean he owns your channel or owns you? Let's be real about this, right? And if you want to come back at me and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever, it's all right. It's all good, whatever, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, you paid the ultimate price. You lost your channel for the same reasons that Jamie did. A terms of service violation. You'll never get your channel back. Neither will he. And if there was, like Pastor Mill was saying on this video, if there was ever any chance of Jamie getting his channels back, he's been removed from 3 additional channels for further circumventing. So YouTube's going to see this and they're going to be like, well, we just banned this guy on 5 channels for circumventing. He comes back on 1, gets removed, then creates 2 more of the Chroma King James and then the backup Chroma King James, then they get removed, right? So now there's a history and YouTube's like, this guy's done. Stick a fork in him. No disrespect. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying if Jamie wanted any chance of getting his channels back, he should have just done his time and not created those channels. And not gone on to Amber's to further circumvent. Yeah, it's one thing if you interview somebody one time, but he was on her channel 4 or 5 times a week. Or at least 4 or 5 times in the week before she got shut down. Pastor Mill's a wonderful man. He is. Yes, he is, GLM. Hey, babe. Dawn, my love. You remember Pastor Mill? He used to donate here. And it's not even about the money, but Pastor Mill is a very good guy. He's a real pastor. Despite the fact that, some people through that community, and I don't care, I'll talk about it, it's not a big deal, through Jamie's community, a lot of those women are now calling him a fake pastor, right? Right, just like they used to call me a fake life coach because I had some moments of doing stupid shit. So just because I'm a coach, or Pastor Mill's a pastor, or a doctor's a doctor, or a lawyer's a lawyer, does that mean we're exempt or we're not allowed to make mistakes? That's BS, right, baby? It is BS, right? It's ironic to me. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? I'll get to your message in just a second. We've got 23 in the box. By the way, GLM, I unblocked you on Cash App, and I'll get to the messages in a second. I forgot what I was going to say. There's so much to say. I forgot. Is the audio and video pretty good today? Is it clear today? Because I'm not at the park, and I've got, all the cell bandwidth out here. I'm out here by myself. I should have plenty of bandwidth right now. Unless all these cars on 101, Highway 101, are sucking up all my 5G plus bandwidth. Yes, it is, babe. It's clear, babe? All right. Thank you again, Rosie, for your 3 $4.99 super chats for a total of $14.97. You're amazing. Thank you. We will get you back. We'll get there. I'm hoping to get over to your channel sometime this week. My lady and I have just had a lot of errands to run this week and other things to do, but we're going to get there, and we're going to help you build it. GLM, hey Eli and RPM and Holly and Rosie and everyone. Hey GLM. Jenny Settler, hey Eli, or hi Eli. Have you ever thought about doing streams where you respond to current events? For example, the recent decision by major retailers to close their doors in San Francisco. Are you talking about, is that Neiman Marcus? Wasn't that, Was that Neiman Marcus or who was it? No, it was Nordstrom. It was Nordstrom. Are you talking about, is it Nordstrom? I think it was Nordstrom that's closing their doors, right? It was Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, one of those two, is closing their doors. Yeah, remind me about that, Jenny. Yes, and a few others. Yeah. You know, I've done shows like that, Jenny. They don't get a whole lot of traction. I wouldn't mind doing them if I started getting some more traction. In the meantime, these walking streams are a place where we can talk about anything. They're very informal. They do have a topic, but they're more so informal. And we can talk about it. And I'll just say it is pretty sad that these retail... I saw Bed Bath & Beyond is closing too. There's a Bed Bath & Beyond here in Redwood City where I live. It's been there for over 20 years. It's going out of business. You know why all these retailers are closing? Because you can get everything on Amazon with next day or 2-day free Prime shipping without leaving your house. Without leaving your couch, you can order from your smartphone on your couch, right? It's cheaper, and Amazon has, you know, the best contracts with delivery companies like FedEx and UPS and USPS and all that. So the most efficient way to get something nowadays is through Amazon, right? According to the store, it's going to cost the store more money and you more money, right? So what I think is happening here, Jenny, is that we are going to a completely digital world where possible for shopping regarding certain items. Now, of course, grocery stores and stuff, you know, they're always going to be around. Yes, you can get groceries delivered, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. And even DoorDash and Uber Eats, they have people that can shop for you now, right? Or you can even do it directly through most supermarkets. Safeway has their own delivery, but they also do DoorDash and Uber Eats, right? So I think it has to do with it's much more efficient and cheaper to order things online and have them shipped to you than going to a store, have, you know, employees stocking the stuff, ringing you up, etc., right? And even if it's not, I'll tell you this, most people are ordering online for convenience anyway. So they're not going to the stores as much anymore. Like, you know, like, what do you call it? Bed Bath & Beyond and Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus. But Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom, they sell very high-end products. And we're about to hit one of the biggest recessions ever. We've hit an all-time high with inflation, and people can't afford to buy those things, right? So that's another reason why, you know, these stores are closing, in my opinion. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised they actually lasted as long as they did. You know what I'm saying? GLM says a lot of people target him because of their hatred for Jesus. He suffers a lot of Christian persecution. It's sad to watch. I don't think that's the case, GLM. I think that the people that target Pastor Mill are, you know, are Jamie supporters that just hate everyone that doesn't agree with Jamie's agenda. That's the bottom line. It's as simply put as that. Okay? Like, most people are God-loving people. Like, you know, I've noticed in the real world and online, the majority of people I come across believe in God and Jesus, right? Like you and I do and my lady does, right? Okay? We don't have to be Bible thumpers or goo-goo gaga over it, right? But we believe. Very few people don't believe. And for the people that don't believe, whoever you believe is your God, or if you believe in Darwin and the theory of evolution and all that kind of stuff, no disrespect, that's on you, no problem. But I think when it comes to Pastor Mill, or when it comes to anyone that has a difference of opinion regarding what Jamie and his group is doing, it's that group that, does the complete opposite. That's all it boils down to. Hey, Jerry, I'm going to get to you in a second. Welcome to the show, man. Jenny Sadler, Walmart is one of the only places people have to shop in that area. This is what I have heard. What area is that, Jenny? Now, Walmart is everywhere. Except in my area, we don't have one. The closest Walmart from where my lady and I live in Redwood City, California, is in Mountain View, which is about 20 minutes south of where we live. And there are more Walmarts in other parts of California and in the Midwest and the South and those areas. But no, Walmart is a good company. They also have Sam's Club, which is the Walmart version of Costco Wholesale. So Sam's Club is similar to Costco Wholesale. It's, wholesale stuff. So they're a good company, and they have good prices. And they also now have their own delivery service, similar to DoorDash and Uber Eats, but it's called Walmart Spark, and all Walmart Spark does is deliver Walmart products. It's a delivery service that Walmart owns and only delivers their own stuff. So you can become a Walmart Spark driver if it's available in your area. And from what I hear, the tips are better than DoorDash and Uber Eats. It's really a good company to work for in the store or for delivery. Now, don't get me wrong, it's retail and I'll never do it again. But if you're going to work retail, it's one of the better companies to work for. Pay-wise, benefit-wise, etc. So, yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Jenny. Sorry, it was Whole Foods in San Francisco. Whole Foods has been struggling. And I believe Whole Foods was purchased by Amazon many years ago, so that way they could run Amazon Fresh from it. The problem with Whole Foods is that it's very expensive. It's all organic, and it's very expensive. And right now, people are struggling to afford the luxury of Whole Foods. You go into a Whole Foods, and it's like a 10 out of 5-star market. Like, they've got high quality pastas and drinks and food. I mean, it's top notch. Don't get me wrong. It's like you're in the movie Wizard of Oz, somewhere over the rainbow, and there's a pot of gold. That's like Whole Foods, top notch, right? But expensive as fuck, right? And that's why they're struggling. Walmart was in Chicago. No, I know what you're saying. Hey, Information Man Show. I know what you're saying, GLM. I'm saying that Whole Foods is like a prissy supermarket. It's a high-end supermarket. You don't go there unless you have money. It's a luxury supermarket. It always has been. But it used to be more affordable. And now, as the regular supermarkets have increased their price, now the luxury markets are even more expensive than they already were. I get my meat from Whole Foods. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's good stuff, right? But it's expensive, GLM. And, you've noticed the price increase over the last, 3 to 6 months at least, right? Maybe a little longer, right? There are a lot of companies that are closing stores or closing altogether. I don't have all the information. I've heard tidbits, but that may be something to research and possibly do a show on from the studio down the road. Thank you for the idea, Jenny. Appreciate it. Good evening, future Mrs. Melas, says Jaron. Hey, information man show, says my lady. It's not too expensive. Maybe not for you. I also go to grocery outlet. I shop around. No, grocery outlet has good prices. Grocery outlet, bargain market, right? No, grocery outlet is pretty good. But it's no Whole Foods. Come on, GLM. You can't tell the difference walking into a Whole Foods compared to a grocery outlet. It's like night and day. Now, don't get me wrong. Grocery outlet is good stuff. But Whole Foods is like, it's like cream of the crop. Let me see here. Sing the grocery outlet sound, please. The packaged food is overpriced for sure. I shop around too. You kind of have to nowadays. Produce comes from the farmer's market. When you say the packaged food is overpriced, like, what do you mean? What store are you talking about, GLM, more specifically? Are you talking about Whole Foods packaged stuff? Because, yeah, I would agree with you. If you're talking about grocery outlet, everything is pretty affordable there, even the packaged stuff. But I haven't been to a grocery outlet in a while, so, I mean, things have probably changed there too. Whole Foods has overpriced packaged food. Yeah, exactly. The meat, you can find decent deals. Yeah, they have to move it faster before it goes bad, right? No, I get it. The prissy supermarkets that have higher quality meat are going to be a little more expensive than going to like a Safeway or a regular market, but not that much more expensive because they have to move meat faster because it'll go bad, right? But they get you on everything else, especially like non-perishables and stuff. You pay a lot more at the prissy markets, and they have more options. They have more fancier brands and shit like that, and organic versus non-organic and all that crap, right? You know what I mean. Come the end of summer, I will no longer be shopping for food because you're going to have that farm and you're going to have a slaughterhouse, right? Right, Coach Eli? You're going to have, are you going to have cows out there? You mess with the bull, you will get the horns. You're going to have male and female cows, right? You're going to get your milk from your farm, and you're going to get your meat from your farm too, right? Welcome back, Sandra, says my lady. J-Rom runs the midnight meat train. Jenny's laughing. Grocery outlet, bargain market. There you go, GLM. One last time for you. All right, nobody's up here right now. I'm going to come up here for a second. After all these years, Mr. Jones continues to want to bop my channel and waste his money. Come on, dude. Are you that bored and lonely and miserable still? Like, nobody talks about you. Like, you're, Mr. Jones, you are irrelevant to all of this, right? Like, who in the world will want to bot me when there's like no Coach Eli drama or anything anymore, right? And what's it gonna do? Now somebody's coming, so I'm gonna start heading down. I'm glad I layered up. It is a little chilly out here, and it's a little breezy, but it's a very cool light breeze. I've got a couple layers below me, so I'm at a good temperature. The clouds are pretty, says Sandra. It is overcast here. Yeah, when my lady and I drove out to the East Bay to run some errands and eat at the Chevy's in Union City earlier today, Sandra, you know where that's at because you were near that area. You were in Alameda, a little bit further north on the same freeway, Highway 880, Interstate 880. It was cloudy over there, but now the clouds have moved. It looks like the clouds are moving west, and then they're probably going to start heading south because that's west over there. And east, if you look over there in the east, it looks like it's a little more clear. And where I'm at right now, if you look up, it's a little bit more clear. But this is how it is in the Bay Area. Like, one side of town, you're clear. The other side of town, you got clouds. Hey, Hope Hurts, how you doing? We discussed goats for both milk and meat. Oh, that's true. Yeah, goat milk. You can make feta cheese with goat milk, right? I'm sure you knew that, right? Feta cheese, it's more tangy. It's a more tangier type of milk. I'm sure you knew that, Coach J-Ron. Awesome. Yeah, we did discuss that. Sorry, I forgot. No cows, but we don't eat much beef anyway. We have pigs, chicken, and acre garden, and we don't do milk. We do almond or cashew milk. Oh, wow. Wow. So, Coach J-Ron, you are going to be living an organic lifestyle, a very affordable organic lifestyle, because you're going to be growing or, creating the product yourself on your own property. That's great. Coach J-Rom's Organic Ranch. You can invite us all and charge $10 admission at the gate, man. And give us all some samples. That's great. That's fantastic. That person turned around, didn't come all the way out here to the observation deck. Okay. Maybe I scared them off. Hey, at Respectfully, Maturely, and Professionally, says Hope Hurts. So yeah, I'd like some more feedback. Folks, regarding what are some things about me that you feel I should change about me? Let me know. Coach J-Rob says, I told Anna I was going to invite you and the missus for a week on the farm. It would be interesting to see you all farming. Yeah, we can make videos on it too. I think that would be great. And if there's a good 5G tower out there, we could even go live from the farm. Just country boys and girls getting down on the farm. Baby, how does it go? You can have a lot of fun in a New York minute. Right? There ain't no closing time. There ain't no cover charge. Just country boys and girls getting down on the farm. That was McGraw, right? I would like to have more dancing streams. Those made my soul happy. Yes, and more singing, says GLM. Okay, that means something other than what you think it means. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, so you can have a lot of fun in the New York minute, but there's some things you can't do inside those city limits. There ain't no closing time. There ain't no cover charge. Just country boys and girls getting down on the farm, right? Every Friday night, there's a steady cloud of dust that leads back to a field filled with pickup trucks. Maybe I was born and raised in the wrong area, man. I gotta tell you, that 90s era, that was the best country, man. That was the 80s and 90s, but more so the 90s. And now, what's interesting And because I couldn't stand what happened to country in the 2000s and the 2010s, right? It became more mainstream pop style music because these artists wanted to get more attention and make more money. But now, these newer country stars in the 2020s are bringing back 90s style country, right? And what was that guy, Babe, If You're Around, that redid that Jody Messina song? Sorry, that redid the Jody Messina song, Heads Carolina, Tails California, right? What I forgot what the dude's name was, right? She's a 90s country fan, like I am. I have many things I need to change about myself. It's hard to face it as there is so much. It's overwhelming. I am FUBAR. Well, hope hurts. I mean, you can start changing anytime you want to change. We can help you. You know, we can talk about it here. Well, if you're open to it, what do you want to change about yourself? I can give a couple things on the show topic. One, lighten up. It's okay to just have a shoot the shit stream with no motive or topics. And two, stop referencing back to drama. Find better examples. Okay. No, those are good points, Coach J-Ron. Those are great points. You know, the hard thing about not talking about this whole drama and Jamie thing is that every single person that I've loved and cared for on this platform at one point or another, or even currently, is still wrapped up in this in some way, shape, or form. And it's almost kind of like, I hate to say this, and I agree with you, but I hate to say this. You know, if you completely shut it out and don't talk about it, it's almost kind of like you're shutting out people you care for that are still working through it, right? And you're right, dude. I get where you're coming from, and I respect that. But for a lot of us, including myself, I'm not going to lie, talking about it is like therapy. It's like getting it out and finally having the chance to speak out about it in spite of what's happened, and having all of that weight lifted off your shoulders, right? That's what it boils down to. You know, I've met so many great people on this platform, and I love most of them. Some of them, yeah, they did some things that, you know, I'll never forgive. But for the most part, most people I met either did something minor that's forgivable, or they're just good people that got enthralled in this whole drama thing just because they were associated with me. So I get where you're coming from, and you're right. And I think, I'll tell you this, I think over the next 2 to 3 months, this whole thing is going to be completely dead. And my predictions have been pretty spot on. I'll say this real quick and I'll move on from it. My prediction is going to be that, you know, Jamie has an audience right now that he has on other platforms. I believe it's Patreon, from what I hear, and Twitch, Rumble, some other platforms too, right? And, you know, for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been involved in this, and then, you know, you got involved pretty close after I got involved. J-Rom, Coach J-Rom. The whole thing's gone in cycles. And every 6 months to a year, Jamie had a new audience. He built that audience by networking and leveraging other audiences on YouTube. But because he's no longer allowed on YouTube, and he's more than burned his bridges on YouTube, right? After this audience that he's moved off the platform starts to figure things out and gets tired of it and goes away, he's going to have nowhere to go to find new support. And I think what he's doing right now is just leveraging the shit out of it as much as he can for as long as he can before he knows that he's going to have to move on and finally do something else, right? I foresee this completely dissolving in like 2 to 3 months. At that point, it's going to open up the floodgates for people like us to start truly helping a lot of these people that were involved in these drama communities. We can help them better their lives. We can help them better get through their anxiety and depression. We can help them find the right resources, like my lady and I have been finding for her, etc. There's a lot happening in the chat, so let me get to this real quick. Coach Eli, I'm just saying the old audience is tired of hearing it and already knows what it was, and the potential new audience has no clue who he is, nor do they care. Yeah, no, I see, Coach Eli, I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you for the most part. I still think the entire audience that's even here right now knows most of the story. So, I mean, here's the thing. If I had a completely different audience right now that had no clue about this, like, it wouldn't even be worth talking about it, right? So I get where you're coming from. I totally get where you're coming from. And I think, at least on our end here, we've been handling it the right way. We talk about things like this when we need to. We talk about other things when we want to. And I think everyone is just having their final say, working through it. And like I said, in 2 to 3 months, this whole thing is just going to be gone. It's going to be done with. Like, here's the thing. When you burn all of your bridges that kept you successful, there's nowhere else to go. You burn the YouTube bridge, which allowed you to leverage new groups to continue your cycle of drama going for years. When you burn that bridge and it's no longer there, once the current group dissolves, where do you go from there? What do you do? Come back and try to rebuild the bridge, further circumvent, and have the tons of people that don't like you continue to flag you and take your channels down within a few days of you coming back? I mean, what do you do, right? That's all I'm saying. Hope Hurt says, I tried journal stuff, but it ain't the same as talking to another person you trust, etc. And my lady respectfully, maturely, and professionally says, I agree, Hope Hurts. Sandra says, yeah, I too would like to shoot the shit sometime. Sandra, what I really would like to do, let me ask you a question. Holly, Sandra, Babe, if the three of you are available tomorrow, early evening, 8 Eastern or 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, something like that, to maybe get on a StreamYard and do a live stream and just, talk about real life struggles and how here at the Coach Eli network of channels, my lady and I are trying to build a great support system where we can help everyone by finding them the right resources and getting them the right support they need, whether that's having a friend through our network of great people we know, referring you to, you know, whatever you need help with, whether it's medical care or, you know, whether it's, you know, other government services that people aren't aware of. My lady and I have a lot of resources, and we really want to help as many of you folks as possible. And this is what I've been trying to create here along with my lady for a while. Hey Carly, how you doing? Coach Aaron, with regards to James, I wish him the best doing no matter where he goes or what he does, even if that's trolling you or I. I agree with you, Coach Aaron, and I feel exactly the same way. You know, whether he trolls you, myself, or anyone else, or just moves on, I wish him the best. I wish him no harm. All I'm saying is that, you know, all good things, if you want to call what he was doing a good thing, all good things eventually come to an end at some point, right? And some things that were never really truly right in the beginning are not going to be sustainable long term. And, you know, that day will come. And it has, right? But that's fine. If he wants to continue trolling us and talking about us on other platforms, or even if he found a way to come back on YouTube, which is very highly unlikely, I don't think it'll ever happen, so be it, right? All I've been saying is that this happening right now is a perfect example for everyone to learn a lesson to never go down that route. That's it. That's all it boils down to. It's beautiful. Hope Hurts is that respectfully, maturely, and professionally. I had a counselor and our sessions came to an end. I tried to get back with him recently, but he can only put me on the waiting list at the moment. I need him now. So Hope Hurts. Was this covered by insurance, or were you paying this completely out of pocket? If you have insurance, which I hope you do, I was paying it. Well, do you not have insurance? I'll tell you, most counselors here in the Bay Area, at least where I'm at, on the lower end, are going to charge you $150 to $200 an hour. So you're paying about $200 an hour. How much were you paying if it's not too personal? My lady has a wonderful therapist. I've even been to her house because she works out of her home. Sometimes we go to her home office, but since she lives where my lady used to live, almost like an hour away or so, my lady takes, you know, her sessions by phone. But she charges $200 an hour, and my lady has a $15 copay. She pays $15, and now, when she started with this therapist, she was only available a couple times a month, sometimes only once a month. But now she has my lady every single week. She really likes my lady because my lady is like like one of her easiest clients. So, you know, you don't have to be super messed up or have extreme crazy issues to get counseling or to need counseling. Counseling is good for anyone. Therapy is good for anyone. So, you know, get on some insurance and, you know, then search your providers available through your network and find a therapist in your area. And your copay will be what? 10, 15, 20, 25 bucks depending on your plan, right? It's way better than $200 a session, I'll tell you that. if my lady and I had to pay $200 a session, baby, we would be in the poorhouse more than we already are, right? I'm just kidding. We're not in the poorhouse, but it's expensive to live out here. I'm just saying, $200. That's $800 a month for therapy. Shit, man. So instead of $800, she pays $60 a month. That's fantastic. And she also has a psychiatrist. I think my lady I think it's Blue Cross. And look at your state. You know, here in California, we have Covered California. If you're not getting insurance through your employer, you can go through Covered California as part of Obamacare. Now, and in each state that's different, but I believe there's a similar type of program in every state. That also has like federally subsidized health care. It depends on your income and other things what you're going to pay, but it's part of the Affordable Health Care Act. Use it. Let's see here. My lady says, that's rough. Hope hurts. My therapy is on the schedule every Monday. Hope hurts says, respectfully, can I ask you how long have you been with your current therapist? I feel the longer you know the person, the easier it is to open up. At Hope hurts a little over a year. Coach J-Rom with the $20 super chat. Hey, here's a therapy session on me. Big round of applause. Thank you, bro. Wow, that's very kind of you, bro. Wow. Thank you, Coach J-Rom. That'll go right to the lady. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. You and Rosie are very generous today. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. All this has been unexpected today, folks. We just wanted to come out and run a show. Wow. My lady says, thank you, Josh. Yeah, thanks again, man. That's very kind. Let me see here. Going back, let me get through the chat here one at a time. You know, I've been asking for people to tell me more about you know, what they'd like to see me change in me. And it's really interesting that I've been seeing people talk about what they want to change in themselves, and it's really nice. I'm really glad you folks are opening up, and that's what we want to make these shows primarily about, is getting everyone to open up so we can help each other get to where we want to get to, you know. But thanks again, Coach J-Rom. I'm distracted. That super chat's still at the top of my screen. It's distracting, man. But anyway, yeah, hope hurts. Here's the thing. I know it's hard to open up and trust people, but if you have a licensed psychologist or therapist or whoever you're working with, you know, the sooner you're able to open up and share what's bothering you, the quicker you're going to get on the path of healing. I know it's easier said than done. I get it. But if I can motivate you and inspire you a little bit, and this is all I've done for my lady in the year and a half, almost 2 years I've known her, right? You know, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. And you're happy within yourself. And you're going to go out there and turn things around. You're going to tackle your anger monkeys head on. Anything that's bothering you, you're going to just talk it out and work through it. Whether that's through a therapist, a friend, family member, or whoever's willing to listen, truly willing to listen, right? And we're willing to listen to you here. We can help you get a jump start on it. But to further your, you know, to further your what's the right thing? What's the right way to put it? To further your progress. Finding that right licensed professional, the best thing to do. Go look at the Affordable Health Care Act in your area if you don't have insurance through an employer. And even if you're not making a lot of money, you can get most of it subsidized through federal tax credits. And you may only have to pay $8, $10, $15, $20 a month for healthcare insurance. And then you have your copays, which are going to be $15 to $20 a session instead of $200, $150 or $200 or whatever a therapist costs in your area, right? And then just, find the right person, feel them out, and don't be afraid to share what's on your mind and what's bothering you, because no one can help you until you're ready to participate in your own rescue. I keep telling people you have to be willing to participate in your own rescue before anyone, including a therapist, can help you. And if we can help inspire you and motivate you to feel more comfortable, to take that plunge to better yourself, that's what we're here for. Your super chat's still distracting me, Coach J-Rom. I'm sorry, man. Thanks again. It's orange. It's that orange 20 color, man. Thanks again for that. Have a therapy session on me. And then the other $5 will be for a cup of coffee at Starbucks, right? I usually don't go. I make it at home, but in this case, we'll take that extra $5 and get my lady her favorite Starbucks. Hi, Carly, says my lady. Carly says, I've been busy, Eli, but listening while I get some things done around the house. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Carly. Thank you so much again for being here. Coach Sharon says that would be a great show, just the ladies chatting, and you can just be there to run the tech. Yeah, and I chime in every now and then, but no, that would be a great show. And I think I would probably maybe just have some questions and have the ladies answer them, or again, like you said, just be in the background, occasionally chime in, run the tech. Yeah, what this reminds me of Coach J-Rom. This was probably before I knew you. When I first came back on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, this was about 4.5 years ago, I think. And I had connected with a group of ladies that you know of now, right? I'll mention their names, not a big deal. I'm not trying to get involved, but it was Brutally Lauren and Susie Q7979. And Susie Q had a bunch of friends, still does, right? And I was warned by certain people to just not bring these ladies on my panels because it would just be endless, nonsensical drama. And the person who warned me, well, we'll say who it was Matt Shangy. He was right. Shout out to you, Matt Shangy, Patrick. Hope you're doing well. So I brought these ladies on a live stream one night. And that's when I had all the trolls and the haters back, on my channel at that point. It was before I got the main channel monetized, right? I was getting my watch hours. My 4,000 watch hours at the expense of drama, right? It's real easy to get 4,000 hours with drama, but you got to be careful with the type of drama you do, because while you may get the hours, you might be violating terms of service or guidelines, right? I never did, but anyway. So I'm sitting there, these ladies are talking it up and they're going at each other, right? And I had the quad screen through open broadcast software. There was this guy named Red Pool Jack. He's still around. He still talks smack about me, but he was chatting in my chat back in those days. He put the popcorn emoji in the chat, right? So I'm using my microphone. These ladies were going off. I went and I popped some some popcorn real quick. And I came back. I put on my camera. I started eating popcorn. You could see me eating popcorn on the bottom screen, and then the ladies on the top screen were all trash talking each other, just cat fighting and shit. And I'm sitting there eating popcorn while I'm watching my own live stream that I'm running. That was some of the funniest shit. I gotta tell you, man. When I first came on this damn platform, man, some of the things, I can't even believe some of the things I got involved with. I really can't believe it. And people miss those days because, yeah, I guess you can say it was a little more entertaining than this stuff, but this is not, this is my passion, is helping people. But, and I was trying to help those ladies. I was trying to give them a forum to get things off their mind and to work things out, right? But at the end of the day, it just became one big giant shit show, and it's like, this is toxic as hell, man. I can't keep doing this. So after that show, I never brought him on again, and I think I ended up deleting that stream. I deleted a lot of streams before I went under review to get monetized on that channel like 4 years ago or so. I deleted a lot of that stuff because, yeah, it was pretty vile. I don't take those risks anymore. It's not worth it. Let's see here. Hey, Carly says, my lady. Carly says, hey, respectfully. Hope hurts. I was paying it. Okay, I saw that. Coach J-Rom says it's easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Sun Tzu's Art of War. You know, Coach J-Rom, big round of applause. You know, there's a phrase that I learned. Heard it when I was younger, but more so, you know, when I started, when I became self-employed, a little over 15 years ago, and I was attending networking events all over Northern California. I met this one guy in the Central Valley area who was a pretty prominent network in the Valley. I was a pretty prominent networker here in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. He was very prominent in the Valley. And there was a networking organization before I started my GNA, Genuine Networking Association. There was a networking organization called Successful Thinkers that was running events all over Northern California. And so I met a lot of people from the Central Valley and the Sacramento area and all over Northern California. And this guy, his name was Timothy, he kept on saying, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Like you're just saying, what you're saying basically is keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer, right? In essence, not to try to backtrack to James or Jamie, it's like, look, I don't wish any harm upon him and neither do you, right? We don't like what he did. We know why he did it. We know his game, right? But despite what he's done, that was then, this is now. We moved past it, right? And we wish him the best, right? And hopefully it was a lesson learned for him and other people, you know, that associated with him, whether, you know, whether it was a good experience associating with him or not, right? I think this was a lesson learned for everyone. But yeah, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's what you meant, right? Let me see here. Thanks again for the super chat, Coach Jerem. Here's a therapy session on me. Thank you, Josh, says my lady. I think I saw GLM say she sent you a Cash App too, but it could have been someone else. Well, if you did, thank you so much for that, GLM. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. $34.97 in super chats today. Thank you again, Coach J-Rom and Rosie Wren for the super chats. Much love. Hope hurts. It was a lot cheaper. Hold on a second here. And look, the sun. Look at that. Burning off the clouds, right? Babe, if you're still around, isn't that beautiful? You tell me. Hang on a second here. Hopert, it was a lot cheaper, but I found him via a charity organization, though he used to tell me others paid more. I bet he won't want me back because I was one of his cheaper clients. Yeah, hope hurts. I hate to say this, right? If you're going to pay a licensed professional, um, 20% of what they're normally paid, yeah, they may do some charity work for a little while, but after a while, they're going to want to fill their slot because they got bills to pay. And I know you understand that. And again, I feel for you, right? I feel for you, and I get it, right? That's why I'm saying get some insurance, because you can get insurance through the Affordable Health Care Act. I can't even talk, right? Get insurance through the Affordable Health Care Act in your state. Are you in the United States? That's the first question. I'm sure you're probably in the U.S., right? And then find someone, and your copay will be like 15 or 20 bucks, right? I'm not in the U.S. What country are you in, Hope Hurts? Are you in Canada? If you're in Canada, they have a pretty good healthcare system. But if you're anywhere out of the North America area, U.S. or Canada, I don't know what it's like in your area. Oh, you're in the U.K. Oh, boy, okay. Well, that's a whole new ballgame right there, because I know the laws are different in the U.K. I know your government is different than us. And you probably don't have as many options as we do here for healthcare. It's probably more expensive, right? If you go that route. Let me ask you this. If it's not too personal, Hope Hurts. How old are you in? You don't have to tell us exactly how old you are. Are you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s? Do you have family around? Do you have other friends that you can talk with? Because I think part of late 30s, okay. Do you have any kids? Are you divorced? Married? Single, never been married, no kids? Yeah, you're in your late 30s, so you're single, okay. So, yeah, you're at that age where, you're, and I'm not criticizing you because you seem like a very, very nice lady that defies the stereotypes of millennials, but you grew up, through a generation of other people, at your same age that are different than any other humans or any other generation in humankind, or in the history of humankind, which is what I'm trying to say. So, I get it. I feel for you. Based on where you live, the UK is not a bad place. It's just the laws are different there, and it's probably harder for you to get the right type of support, right? There are a lot of people that I've met over the last 5 or 6 years being out here on YouTube that come out to YouTube for support. And we'd be happy to help you through these shows or behind the scenes. My lady might, we'd be willing to help you out at no cost because of your situation. We don't do that for just anyone. But through our shows here, and if we get to know you, my lady and I, would be willing to talk with you behind the scenes and help you out. Because we understand that you're not going to have, the resources. You may not have the resources that we have here in the U.S., Canada, or North America. Aussie Outlaw, how you doing? Good day, Eli. Good day, chat. Cold night here in New York. Right on. How you doing, man? I'm willing to listen if you feel comfortable. Thank you, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, says Hope Hurts. Coach Jim, I suggest standing in the mirror and chat with yourself. Believe it or not, you will find more resolve there than you will at a therapist. Dude, I agree with you. Coach Jero, man. Wow. I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself, Coach Jero. You know, I've been saying for years, and you remember those days, J-Ron, people would laugh at me. I would say, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself 5 fucking times, right? Or freaking times, right? I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself 5 times, right? And you know what? It seems like a stupid exercise, right? And maybe it is, but it'll give you a good laugh. And then you'll be like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why am I sitting here staring in a mirror telling myself how much I love myself when I already know that, right? You have a no shit moment and you're like, okay, I've been really hard on myself, right? Excuse me. Yeah, that's couldn't have said it better myself, Coach J-Rom. That's tremendously helped me in the past, in my younger days, when I lacked self-confidence, self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect, all of that. You know, and here's the thing, babe. I think you're still around. And everyone else, this is what makes me proud and what makes my lady proud, right? If we can help one person every day, or one person a week, or even one person a month learn to better love themselves, learn to better find peace and solace in their life, that makes us happy. That makes us feel like it's worth it to keep doing these shows out here, right? And these videos on our channels, right? Yep, good point, Coach J-Ron, good point. Let me see. That's a good idea, Coach Aram. Yep, absolutely. Coach Aram, JB's biggest donation night was when he put Anna on camera for his breaks. You know, Coach Aram, respectfully, and please, I'm being respectful here to you and Anna. But I remember those, and I listen, dude. You know, like, I'm done with the drama. I'm done with the bullshit. Everybody has videos of everyone that will never see the light of day, but I've got some videos of JB and Anna. I'm not. Listen, they're never going to see the light of day again. They're like buried in some archive on like some older external hard drive, right? I get what you're saying, though. And I will tell you. I will tell you, I always wondered what the hell Anna was doing with that guy. I did. I think a lot of people were wondering that. I think once Anna left, I think she was wondering that too. Hey, everybody has fun and makes mistakes. We've all done that, right? But I will say this, Coach J-Rob. I will give your wife credit. She, in my opinion, she was a lot more funny than JB Gunner was. And I'll tell you this. As much as I hate to admit it, but it's true. She would put JB in his place on those streams. We had to screen record those because those never ended up staying up public, man. And then, again, they'll never see the light of day again. But dude, yeah, you're right. No, we'll get some shows like that coming, dude. We will. We will. Oh man. If someone ever wrote a documentary on this stuff between JB Gunner, Jamie, myself, you, Anna, Mad Shangy, ODN, right, and a few others, right? I mean, literally, man, you could sit there and do like you could do a series that could go like 2 or 3 years long. You could do like 60 episodes on this shit for 3 years, 20 episodes a year. There's that much content. Like, there's really that much content, man. Oh, God. We all loved Anna. Yeah, we still do. You remember those days, right, Sandra Palacio? Let's see here. Hope hurts. Talking to a therapist is better than a friend. A therapist will keep the info with them. If you tell a friend something and you split up with them, they might use that against you. You know what? Hope hurts. I get where you're coming from. I totally get where you're coming from. And you know what? I agree with you on that. That's why, if you're going to put things out here on YouTube, you need to be happy with the whole world knowing about it, right? Or even if you talk with other YouTubers behind the scenes, they might put it publicly, right? To try to make content off of you at your expense. People did that to me for years, right? Go ahead. But you got to find people you can trust. Like when my lady and I talk with people, as part of our coaching thing, whether it's paid or even if we do some, voluntary work. I don't even like to call it charity work. I think that's kind of a rude thing to call someone a charity case. So even when we're, in some situations, we'll help people at no charge because we understand their situation and that, right? And we don't ask for anything in return. The only thing we would ask is, hey, maybe promote our channel, tell other people about us so we can help more people, right? And there are ways we can make money. Both my channels are monetized, so there are ad revenues and stuff like that. And so that's a way to make money, for, the few people that every now and then we decide to help at no charge, right? But yeah, if my lady and I were to talk with you, it's completely confidential and it's between you and us. There's no need to put everything publicly, right? But here's the thing I've learned, hope hurts. I'll tell you this. I'm at the point in my life right now where I really don't care what people know about me, right? I really have nothing to hide, and you'll eventually get to that point where it's not going to bother you anymore. But it takes time to build up to that, right? It took time for me to get there, even out here on YouTube. Nowadays, I don't care who talks about me, how they talk about me. It doesn't matter, right? But, I've learned how to deal with it, so has my lady. And now we want to help people like you get to that level. So you reach that level of confidence where it doesn't matter what people say about you. Even if you tell them things in private and they tell the whole world, it won't matter because that's who you are and you're happy with who you are regardless, right? We'll help you get to that point. I'm going to sit down here for a few minutes and answer a few more questions instead of walking around so I can rest my back and my sciatica. Looks like the botting is starting to subside. We're down to 67 people. Let me get through the chat here before we go off the air. Coach J-Ram, oh, sorry, GLM says J-Ram intentionally gave more money than me to show me up. Well, thank you. If you send a Cash App donation, GLM, thank you for your Cash App donation. It's greatly appreciated. Not necessary, but if you did, thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful babe, says my lady. Coach J-Ram, GLM, you didn't even say how much you sent. How would I know? So I'm gonna test something real quick. I'm gonna go offline for a second. I should be right back in a second. Let me know in a second if there's a pause here. All right. Whoops. Can you folks see me again? I should be back live. Can you see me again? Can you see me? Let me know if you can see me. And now, can you hear me again? Let me know. Because I'm finding new ways to pause and resume here without it screwing things up. So did you see a pause for a little while and now we're back? We got 14 in the box legitimate here. Yeah, cool. Can you see the video also, Carly? Of the trees and all that? Thank you for the $5 Cash App GLM. Much appreciated. Oh, we're at $39.97 today. Thank you. Let's see here. My lady says, hope hurts. If they are true friends, they don't share with anyone. I don't share anything that my friends share with me. Right. Let's see here. Doing very well, thank you. Finally caught you live, mate, says Aussie Outlaw. Welcome back, bro. Maybe we'll moderate you soon. Thank you so much for being here, man. Hope hurts. Loyalty is underrated by a person until that person gets hurt. Yeah, you know, hope hurts. Here's the thing, I get where you're coming from. It's hard to trust people nowadays, right? And let me get up and walk around a little bit more before I go off the air, because there's still some questions I want to answer before we go off the air. We'll go over by the marina over here. It's really hard to trust people, and I get it, right? But at some point in your life, you got to get to the point of where nothing bothers you, and no matter what happens or what people say about you, even if they spill your secrets you shared with them, it won't bother you. You'll just be like, well, you know, can't trust them in the future. I won't tell them anything more, right? But I've always lived by the golden rule. And it's the golden rule of don't tell anyone anything you don't want the whole world to know. And that goes for both the online world and offline world. Don't put anything on YouTube, Facebook, or tell any friends anything that you don't want the whole world to know, and then you're good, right? So if you're going to spill the beans with anyone, just know there's always a possibility the whole world will find out about it. And if you're not okay with it, then don't tell anyone, even a therapist, right? I'm just saying that for example purposes. You'll get to the point of where nothing will bother you about what anyone says about you, because you're going to be so secure within yourself. When people do this stupid shit to you, you'll be able to just laugh it off, right? I'm going to come over this way because there's somebody over there, and we're going to go over to the dog park. And we're going to look at the dog park from the other side. Yeah, baby, we got to bring Bochi and Buster here. It's a cute little dog park with synthetic grass, also known as AstroTurf. problem is there's a huge power transmission line that runs right above it. That's great. The coach plays. Long time, Eli. I hope you've been well. Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, are you still doing YouTube videos? Are you still on that? Because if you are, man, I'd love to reconnect. Send me an email to Coach Eli at coach@eliasmelas.com. I'd love to do some content with you. I'm really trying to reconnect with a lot of people from the past. All the drama is done with, man. All the drama people have been removed from YouTube. And I feel now's the time to really start to collaborate and create some great connections again, or reconnect and take to the next level, man. Yeah, dude, how have you been? It's a blessing to see you here, man. I am, man. Cool. It would be fun to have a live stream watching the doggies play. Okay, we could do that. Have fun, guys. We're off to watch a movie Saturday night. Cheap night here. Spring in New York is freezing. That sucks, dude. It's a beautiful day here, man. It cleared up. It cleared up, man. Let's see. Sandra's like, oh, yeah, I remember those days with the JB Gunner and Anna days and all that. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. We're at 102 minutes. That's an hour and 42 minutes. I got to get home and spend some time with my lady. Get some rest. Because tomorrow I'm definitely doing a walk, and then more than likely there'll be an in-studio stream. And if I can get Sandra and Holly and my lady to come on a panel, and maybe make it a girls' night, and maybe have the women talk about their thoughts and experiences of being on YouTube for the last several years, how it compares to, the offline world. And the interesting thing is that Sandra, Holly, and my lady, and myself, we're all Gen X. We're all over 40. Most of us are in our late 40s or early 50s, right? So, we've lived in the world for the internet and YouTube and social media and content creators and influencers. But we're also living in that world now. We were on the forefront, especially Sandra, my lady, and I, who have lived in Silicon Valley pretty much all our lives. We grew up with all this stuff. So, Sandra, if you're still around, there's a lot of perspective we can really share with these people. And I really think that we need to get this going. And Sandra, if there's any time for you to get your channel going, I think now would be the time. I know you've been busy, you have a lot of things to do. But I think that would be great, Sandra, to build your channel, get you monetized. Because, see, Sandra, here's the thing. You've got, and this is the thing, like, I will apologize to you, and I regret taking a long time to get to this point with you. Because I know we've tried to do this years ago. And maybe it took my lady kicking me in the ass and having the right lady in my life to befriend you ladies as well behind the scenes and kind of help me get this together. But I honestly think that now's the time to really run with this. Because this type of content needs to be put out, and no one's putting it out. It's just been all drama bullshit, right? I'm working on it. I wanted to collaborate with you. Well, let's do it. I mean, Sandra, again, My apologies to you. I do owe you an apology. And I've done that before, and I believe you've accepted the apology. Obviously, you're here. But, yeah, no. We should have done this a long time ago. But I think now is even more the right time. We've got the right people. The lanes are clearing up. YouTube's getting rid of most of the drama stuff. Now's a good time to rock and roll with this. So, you ladies, babe, I will leave that to you. You can talk with Sandra and Holly behind the scenes. We'll put you in charge of that. So you got to make the lady feel special, right? No, she's my business partner. My woman, you know, she's just my business partner. She's my life partner and my business partner. And if you want to arrange it, yeah, let's get it going. We can do it tomorrow night or sometime next week or whenever. All right. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.